Hello everybody, this is Des Talks Stuff here at Kid Desi, and as you guys probably know, I have been obsessed with high rollers for the past few months, ever since Flux Buddies went away, and we don't know when that's coming back. I need to watch another series, so I picked up high rollers, and yeah, now I'm obsessed with it. So today, I'm doing my top 10 favorite episodes of High Roller Season 1. Now, I would have done this before Season 2 started, but then some stuff got in the way, and I didn't have time to write the script for this episode. But, you know what? Better now than never, I guess. So, before we start this list, let's set the mood. Let's get started. Number 10, The Shroud of Eyes. Mark once said that this would be an amazing episode of High Rollers, and it was. We had many old characters come back, and the scene with Avandra and Cam, wow, that was a great scene. Most things about this episode were amazing. Like, when Barris came back, everybody knew it was Barris before even Mark mentioned it. And we were all so happy he came back. I remember I was freaking out. The only problem I have with this episode, and the reason why it's down so low in the list, is of course the girly scene. By God, is it heartbreaking. I don't know if you guys know this, but Girly is one of my favorite NPC characters in High Rollers. And I was really looking forward to see her going to the surface and what her reaction would be. And then they break her promise. That made me so upset. I'm still upset about it to this day, and it kind of ruined the episode since it started at the beginning of the episode. It was like, oh, you know who could help with that? Freaking Girly. But besides that, it was an amazing episode with amazing characters coming back. Number 9, The High Rollers Christmas Special, Parts 1 and 2. 2 words. Fan service. That's the best way to describe this episode. The crew has to save Christmas, or Gala as it's called in Iraq, and many people want this episode to be canon. I'm kind of iffy on that. On one hand, I would love to have that heartwarming scene with Girly to be real because of, the last thing I just said for number 10. And, oh my god, seeing Girly again, it was great. It had closure, because the last time we saw her was when she was left in gloom, and it's like, we don't know what really happened to her. And, we want to know, because, we feel for Girly. And, that battle at the end was amazing. It was so freaking epic. Oh my god. It's I'm not one for battles, but dear god, that was awesome. And that Trill Cam moment. Oh my god. This is both the most and least canon Trill Cam is going to get. Most canon because Trill literally said they were married, and least canon because, well, this is coming from a non-canon episode. Meaning none of this actually happened. But if this episode was canon, and they had the recipe for world peace, which is apparently spicy noodles, who knew Judo had, it's kind of ironic because Judo loves noodles, and now that I think about it, she's not, the most peaceful person ever. But yeah, if they had the recipe for spicy noodles, that means no more high rollers. Broken Sky what? Sex Dungeon who? Our heroes wouldn't have a challenge anymore. They'd have nothing to fight. They'd have no reason to continue their adventure. So in the end, I guess it's a good thing that it's not canon. But this was an amazing episode, and I had a blast watching it beginning through end. It's 6 hours flew by. And, I guess it's a good thing this episode wasn't canon. But can we please just have that Girly and Trill Cam scene be canon? Number 8, Welcome Back, Judo. A very emotional episode that had me nearly in tears. It's the episode where Judo comes back from the dead. The reason why I love this episode is because of Judo's changing character. When we first met her, she was cold and distant. After all she's been through in the past, she has a hard time trusting people. So it makes sense that she doesn't really get along with the group at first. But then she sees what they go through just to bring her back to life. She realizes how much of a jerk she was to them. And that's why she gave us probably the most emotional moment in High Rollers. Dear God. I was pretty much in tears. It's you felt for this character, and you felt, glad that she's no longer being a jerker and stuff, and like she's being actually genuine. All I could say is it had me in tears.
Number 7, Eye of the Beholder.
The reason why I love this episode is because it introduces two of my favorite side characters in all of High Rollers. Girly, as mentioned earlier in this list, and by far one of the funniest characters in the show, Theriston. When we first met Theriston, I could not stop laughing, and like pretty sure neither anybody else who was watching the episode. Like, Mark did such a great job, as always, as playing this character. Like, Mark does a good job at playing any character, really. Mark is a really good DM, and he's really good at that stuff. That's what made me love this episode. Seriously, if and freaking Girly in this episode, when we first met her, it's like, you felt for her. And cause technically she's the first child character we've met in this series. Sure, we've got a few more now, not as in-depth as Girly, but a few here and there. But none of them could replace Girly, and we all felt for her. We wanted her to go to the surface, to live out her dreams, to be happy. That's why I love this episode, mostly because of these two characters.
Number 6, Murderer.
I already talked about this episode in another video of mine, so I'll keep it brief. Well, as brief as I can. Judo faces one of her demons from her past, but things don't go as expected. This episode was very much action-packed, which I usually don't fancy. I prefer the episodes where it's just calmed down and you get some interaction from the characters. But this is by far one of my favorite action scenes in this series. And you really feel for Judo in this episode. On one hand, you want to see her deal with her past and find peace and face her demons, which is ironic because she's a tiefling. But on the other hand, Korak is helping them against these broken sky people. And it's like they need all the help they can get, especially from someone as powerful as him. I still get chills every time I hear Judo shout, "Murderer!" And Korak's backstory is amazing and builds character. And you feel Judo when she feels confused about the whole thing too. We're confused too. This is one of the best episodes for development of Judo.
Number 5, the festival episode.
The second funniest episode of High Rollers. This episode's take a break from all the chaos and action going around the city, and they just have fun at a festival. Until the end, but we'll get into that later. As I said before, I love chill episodes of High Rollers where we just see our favorite characters get put into different shenanigans. It's fun to watch, and so is this episode. It reminds me of festivals I go to every year in my home state, and I did not expect that ending. But for the most part, it's just a fun episode where the gang has fun at a fair.
Number 4, Lair of the Witch.
Okay, but that ending though. That fucking cliffhanger ending. I was enraged when I saw that. I did not want to wait a whole week to see what happens next. And by God, was it one of the longest weeks of my life. On the other hand, Nalistri, my all-time favorite side character in High Rollers, is in this episode. And I love him, and I relate to him like no other character in the existence of ever. But that doesn't excuse the cliffhanger. So yeah, fuck you, Mark. Also, Katie, can you please make the lore canon?
Number 3, the performance.
What I believe to be the funniest episode in Season 1 of High Rollers. I mean, just about everything in this episode is amazing and hilarious. Cam and one of the counselors talking about banging and everyone at the table feels so awkward. Freaking Katie just oh God, please no. And just Kim and oh my God. And don't even get me started on Granny Troll's performance. I don't think I've laughed so hard in my life. If you need a good laugh, I highly suggest you check out this episode for a good time. Especially that Granny Troll scene. It doesn't matter if you've never seen High Rollers before. Just go check out that Granny Troll scene and it's freaking hilarious. You will definitely get a good laugh out of it.
Number 2, Swan Boat.
When Kat said she was now going to be playing Naples when she came on High Rollers, I thought there was no character that could be better than Naples. Someone please tell me how Jasmina Seldor turned out to be better than Naples, and why I have a humongous-ass crush on her. Jasmina's amazing! She's hilarious! She has a tragic backstory that just makes me want to hug her! And best of all, she trips Troll Cam.
Just kiss!
Frickin' the emotions in this episode are real. Mina's backstory is heartbreaking. And that end with Cam, Dmitriv, and Morella, if it wasn't for the fact that the stream kept freezing on me at the time, I would have cried. But this is an amazing episode filled with laughs and heartbreaks. And also waifus.
Number 1, Werewolf.
I know it's a bit cliche to put the season 1 final on the top of the list, but it was an amazing final for the season. It was emotional, it was hilarious, it had moments that made me scream my lungs out. Then again, that's every episode of High Rollers for me. But I had goosebumps the whole time I was watching this episode. I felt freaking chills on my back just every single second of the way. All 3 hours of it. It was an amazing final for an amazing season of an amazing show. And I would say I can't wait to see what happens next, but season 2 already happened and I was supposed to make this video before season 2 happened. But then again, season 2 isn't over yet, so can't wait to see what happens for the rest of season 2. All I have left to say is pickles. Well, thank you for watching this High Rollers video, guys. Hopefully there'll be more content coming soon, because I know I've been kind of in a hiatus. I mean, I've uploaded a few little skit videos kind of thing, but it's like not an actual proper video. So hopefully I'll be able to get back into that. I just haven't had the time lately. But hopefully I got new theories out, I got new videos out, I got some stuff for High Rollers, some stuff for Yo Glabs and Flux Buddies and stuff. So stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys next time.